Hi, my name is Zachary Will. Today I'm going to be just testing out Kino Flos versus LEDs, which are the best key light. For a long time, Kino Flos have been a great soft source that's pretty easy to set up, but LEDs make it a little bit simpler with battery powered options. All of these lights that I'm going to be testing are like not that expensive. They're all under like $300 or so. And so let's give it a test. And here are the lights that I'm going to be testing. The Genaray Spectro light, the Genaray Torpedo light, the Genaray Mini Moon light, the Kino Diva 201, and then a Kino 4-foot 2-bank. And now we're going to be testing these all in 3200 Kelvin. All of the LEDs are bicolor, and then the Kino Flos are just using the standard tungsten bulbs. And that's one benefit of the LEDs is you can just turn a knob and you have a different color temperature. Whereas with the Kinos, you gotta take out the bulbs, put new bulbs in. So here are the tests so you can see for yourself. Here's just my opinions on the different lights. So the Torpedo light was one of the harshest lights, but once you put an umbrella on it, it was the softest light. But for most circumstances, it's not actually bright enough unless you can get that light like super close. I'm talking like a couple feet away. Then you can expose properly with a really fast lens, but in most circumstances, it's not the best combo just because it doesn't have enough power. The Torpedo by itself has a lot of power because of that Fresnel lens, but it's also super harsh, so great for a backlight like I'm using it right now for, all the way down at like 10-15% brightness. But it's also good for events where you need to have a long throw. You know, a harsh light is better than no light at all. It's also nice because you can kind of control it better than a soft light. You can cut it off of, you know, Aunt May or Uncle Jim's eyes so he's not complaining about your lights the entire wedding. So it's super nice for that application, but for a key light, not so much. The Kino 4-foot 2-bank was actually the next softest. I tried it in horizontal and vertical. Both looked pretty good. It's the most cumbersome out of all of these lights. It's got a ballast, it's got a header cable. It definitely needs a C-stand. That little extra softer light definitely requires a lot of extra work. Also, for smaller offices or you know, just like corporate offices and stuff, usually they give you really tiny like meeting rooms or something to film the interviews in, and a 4-foot long Kino is not always the easiest thing to get around those spaces, and so you know, LED panels have that over it. The next softest, in my opinion, was the Mini Moon Genaray, which is actually super nice. It's about the size of a 1-foot panel, but it uses that edge lighting technology, which gives it some good soft light. The hardest thing about it is it's harder to control the light hitting the background because it doesn't have any directionality at all. It just kind of shines everything in 180 degrees forward, so a little harder to control, but gives you a nice soft light. I'm actually using it right now for my key light. The Genaray Mini Moon is also slightly brighter than the Diva 201. It's slightly brighter than the Spectro. Probably the 4-foot 2-bank might be a little brighter, but similar range brightness wise. The Diva was actually a little bit harsher than the Mini Moon, but it was also a little bit darker than both the Mini Moon and the Spectro LED panel, which is pretty surprising because of how big the fixture is, but it's still not that bright. The Diva 201 is actually a very popular light for interviews, but for my use, it was my least favorite out of all these lights. The Genaray Spectro light was the second harshest light next to the Genaray, which has a Fresnel lens, but it was okay for most uses. If you're doing just a really simple interview and you need something really quick, it gets the job done, you know? And it's also just about as bright as the Mini Moon 11-inch. So which light was my favorite? Probably the Mini Moon. I like that nice soft light. Honestly, all of the LED lights were really cool. It also made me think about bringing out my Kino 4-foot a little bit more often, just so I can get that little bit softer light. But overall, these lights are all pretty good. My least favorite was the Diva 201. My favorite was this Genaray light, which I'm probably going to use on a lot of corporate shoots going forward. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video.